how do you define a format of writing a good test case? So a good test case is that test case which can find a bug or a problem or a defect. Okay. So this is the one line answer. But when you're talking about a format of a good test case, it should, depict all the information. So we have a sample here, and you see this, the format of the test case should include the test case ID. This you see here, test case ID and test case description. Sometimes you need to give the severity also, the test priority also, whether it is high, moderate or low. Then the environment, this is also given, the build version and the steps to execute. These are the actions. And then the two things very important. What is the expected output or result and what is the actual output you are getting. So this will show the difference and that will show that, oh, testing is successful or not. So this is a kind of good test case. What is a good test case? Again, testing is done with an intent to find an error. So if you are making a good test case, it should give you some error. So a good test case should have a high probability of finding the errors. High probability. The test case which is just written without any probability of finding error is not a good test case. Then the test case should be limited. That is, it should cover whole equivalent class. That is, say 1000 line of code is there, and if a test case can test 500 lines, no better than that test case. So it should cover the additional test case possibilities also. Let me show you here. A test case has to be simple, understandable everyone. You keep in mind the user always. Don't repeat test cases. That is redundancy should be avoided. Do not just assume, see the concept, design and then do it. You need to ensure 100% coverage. It should be identifiable. Use different testing techniques which are laid down and which are the industry standards, and the self-cleaning, the repeatability, you can apply it anywhere also, and the test cases should also be tested. There has to be a peer review. So this is what a good test case encompasses. So what is a good test case? Again, when you make it, it should find out an error. So all these are the underlying facts which, when you are making a test case, error should be found out, but you don't waste your time in making too many test cases. There are equivalent partitioning, there are different boundary value analysis, there are different ways of actually making good test case that covers the most of the coverage part. Okay, so the good test case, let me show you here one more concept here. A good test case is one that finds a defect. This is a simple way of answering this kind of question. But all test case will not find defects. So a good test case can also be one which has all the prescribed details.